downtown traffic.
The students,
Oh,
they get in the way.
yeah. All righty. Welcome, everybody, to the August 20th, 2025 Fairlawn Town Board meeting, business meeting. And I'll start the meeting with pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. And I will start with an opportunity for privilege of the floor. If anybody would like to address the town board. There's nobody else here at the town hall. I see Rebecca DeWitt is in Zoom land. And Dan Klein is in Zoom land too, but he's gonna give us a report. Seeing no hands. See, let Dan come in. All right. Welcome, Dan. We just started the meeting.
Hi, Dan.
All right. So I'll start right off with my report and we can go from there. So the broadband project, there's planning for an October date for groundbreaking. Dave is planning for that at the Caroline Town Hall with dignitaries attending. And this week, Bob Spencer and I met with the Vantage folks about the highway department doing the site prep there. So Bob had some questions and we had those addressed today by Amanda Anderson, and so I think he's comfortable with that. So the highway department's going to be doing the site prep, which is mainly preparing the ground and pouring a concrete pad per specifications. So I also want to offer a mea culpa. I thought I had looped you in more on the planning for this, and I apparently haven't. So I sent materials today that might not have been that clear to show what's going to be put there and what the hut looks like diagrammatically, and then I attached a document which was Steve Gibbons' town hall site map that shows all the infrastructure, the leach field and all that stuff, and then a document showing where the proposed structure would be. If it is blocked off into two large, one's a square, the other one's a polygon, almost a square, and so it looks like a lot. That's I believe the square would be the fenced area that they're proposing to fence, and then the utility hut, which is a pre-constructed hut, is 12 feet by 22 feet, but by 20 feet, and it's oriented in this diagram along that west side of the building, and then
Say how high it is, Mark.
I think it's somewhere in the document, but I can't remember. I think they're about, if I recall, I saw Dryden's. I guess it's 10, maybe 10 feet high, something like that.
Yeah, 7+3 roof is about right.
Yeah, so
It shouldn't be any more than that.
Yeah.
If it's just one story.
yeah. So Tim had raised concerns about this and wanted to consider other options. I did invite Dave to come tonight. He didn't, I don't think he could come, but I would like to get back to them because the things are moving quickly. so. um,
What are you hoping to address in other designs? Doesn't seem like there's a lot of wiggle room.
I think I think there is a,
Placement.
yeah, so.
My concern, the design that they have abuts up against the west end of the building, which is all windows.
So does it actually abut?
No,
Well, close to.
it's along that, and there is space there.
It's more space than I thought.
But it's in relationship to the car, so it looks like it's at least a car's thickness between the actual shed and the side of the building. But if it's solid hut and there's windows there, it will literally look out on
What
a
if,
solid wall.
what if they moved it like here? I know we've got parking down here, but could we put it here somehow? And then you wouldn't have to put this in, right? It would already be in, although that puts it way forward.
I think
That would
so
look
too.
awful.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like
Can we set it back a little bit and over?
back where?
Back here,
Just set it back so
it's that
it's
pole that's there, that is some kind of electrical pole
line.
here.
I wonder, Mark, could you bring that up and share it?
Oh, yeah, so
On
then we
next
can all be
screen.
looking at it, that's
So-
great.
Maybe. That would be an idea.
If we step it back a little bit, it will look smaller.
It's also, which we didn't realize is supposed to have a big fence around it,
Yeah,
which I find to be really disagreeable.
I do too. I think we all find that disagreeable.
There might be some setbacks that need to be from this road. And that might limit the footprint,
That's a driveway.
well, the drive or whatever
Well, I mean,
is.
it doesn't have
Might-
a road
must be.
right way.
I don't know why I can't do this.
It'd be a setback there.
Did you open it up first, Mark?
Dave, I think. He can answer all of our questions.
I'm clicking on Chrome and I can't.
He came.
There's the map.
Dave Maycar,
I came in person.
We were just talking about it and you just appeared.
join the crowd.
This is not Provincetown.
This is not.
Thank you for coming, Dave. So we're discussing it right now.
Can we do like a floating shed that's up in the sky above on stilts?
This is really weird.
So
Get
what
out.
we were concerned
Is that
about
what
was
you do?
the fence around it and also
I'm trying to go to
the
Chrome.
blocking the windows and the library reading.
Not letting me.
Invisible cloak.
That would be
Share.
nice. Visibility cloak.
If there's room inside your existing buildings, but inside of a building you already have,
I could,
you know the square footage. I don't think you have.
do you want me to join the Zoom and then
No,
I could put share?
yes.
Do
That's kind of what we decided, yeah.
That's why I did an outdoor building.
you want me to join the Zoom and then you?
There's not an objection to the
Share,
outdoor
so we
building.
can have
The
it.
question is,
Yeah, let
where to set it?
have her join the Zoom and then she can share her screen.
If you don't have it on the email on this, right?
You want me
We
to,
have it printed out. and stuff.
you want to join the Zoom?
I'll join the Zoom and then
Yeah.
I can share my
So go ahead,
screen and we can all
that's
do
fine.
it together. Okay,
You'll have to make her a co-host probably.
hold on a second.
Oh,
I gotta go to
What happened?
Zoom.
it was there. See, that's what I wanted.
Stop. Caroline. Where's the link?
This looks different than what was in my email. This doesn't have a blue line around it.
I didn't notice, that's what I got today.
Oh, really? Mine had a blue line around part of it.
Hold on. I
Maybe it's a
am
different-
looking for the Zoom link. There is a
Is
Zoom
it
link.
this? Maybe it's a different slide.
Yeah, it was more like that one, but it's still not the same.
Let me look.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That one.
can you let me in?
Yeah,
Okay, oh, I'm connecting.
Recording in progress.
So, oh, I see that, so that isn't much space. But the blue line is the fence, right?
Apparently,
And is the fence for security purposes or?
Sorry, you,
Sorry?
I feel like there's a couple different meetings going on right now.
No, we're,
You're looking at
we're
the
looking at the
screen
same
on your phone.
image, but
Yeah.
on two different devices.
I think Kate's gonna bring it up on the screen so we
Yeah.
got it together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. So,
You zoom in a tiny bit. You zoom out a tiny bit. So the blue is the active area for the entire project. On the left side is the, we say the parking area, so you can bring a vehicle in and have a place to get into the building or into the fenced in area. So the 28 by 17 by 22, 10, 6, that gray shape on the left is not fenced in.
it's what?
It's not fenced in.
Okay,
That's just where the driveway is.
do we have to have a fence?
So the 30 by 35 is around the pad where the fence is. And
Why?
inside there's a generator. Inside that fenced area, as well as the handhold that goes out to the internet. As well as the structure of the hut. They're all inside this fence. All of our POPs, all of our places where we have structures where there's an external anything, like a generator or a handhold that opens out to the internet, they're all fenced in. Or they're being fenced in right now. The ones that are in Freeville, Yellow Barn, and Pinckney Road.
what kind of fencing is it?
It's a 7-foot tall green chain link fence.
Are these other locations are just adjacent to public buildings and public squares?
One of them is right on they're both, two of them, the Pinckney one and the Freeville one are on the Dryden Rail Trail.
But they're not, so they're not adjacent to like our public space where we have security cameras and.
Well, they're adjacent to roads where there's people that are gonna see them. And would have access to them.
But I'm asking whether there aren't alternative modes of security
other than
that
that.
could be used other than a fence, since it's literally on our campus. You see,
I mean, if the whole campus is fenced in, I think they would say that's probably okay. It's a risk that the network would have in Carroll if you didn't have fenced in. Somebody could come in and turn the generator off, could unplug it, could mess around with it, could open up the handle, go in underground, pull the internet apart.
Is it possible to cover the generator? To put the generator in a casing so that it's not open?
I can bring that back to the engineering firm, see if that's a possibility.
like a cage.
Or just some kind of a additional small structure? I mean, I just find the idea of a big fence next to our town hall, next to this other structure next to our town hall, to be kind of aesthetically imposing.
It seems like it would be 3 locks, it'd be one for the, assuming that you could do it without a fence, one for the shed, one for the underground wires, and then one for the generator.
Well, yeah, yes, you can put locks on those, that's right.
That's one thing. The other thing I was thinking about was a more aesthetic fence that fits the aesthetic, so like picket fence or some kind of shorter, more wood or nice metal rather than the chain links. The chain link just says keep out, but it also says, to me, it says like urban or like rough, or it just is kind of like,
It's jarring.
it's a little jarring.
It's industrial.
Industrial.
Mhm.
And there's no way to tuck it like behind this tree. I'm serious, like where it's just not seen somewhere because it.
I mean, if you have the property, I thought we looked around, there was no other space on your
Well,
existing
right.
town property that
um,
Yeah,
Fill this much space,
Well, what about
30 by 35. With a
the 30 by 35, yeah. But would it need, does it really need to be that big? Can't we make it like 30 by 32? I don't know.
Well, I think the way it's designed here, there's a lot of cabling and piping that needs to be work around the whole space, and so they're trying to fit that all into on the pad.
What is that red pipe? Is that gas? No, what is that?
It's probably gas.
The red line?
I think the red
But
line
was
in the
there-
lower part is your existing electrical
Yeah,
from your building to your charger.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
The other red line is the power that goes into the hut to power the servers and
okay.
switches.
I'm just wondering, why can't that fence be backed up?
you what?
The fence, I mean, why can't that boundary, why is it so far away from the actual hut? Just because you have to get in there and bend over?
You have to get it all the way around it
Yeah,
if you have to service anything outside of it.
And are there setbacks why it's not closer to the driveway, like kind of moved?
I know that Braden was paying attention to the 10-foot setback and.
Yeah.
But that's negotiable for a municipal building, actually.
Right, so that's one thing I was thinking is going towards the. North, is that north?
North,
No, west, south. Yes,
north.
north, towards that drive, can you expand it a little bit?
yeah.
Just pushing the,
The whole thing towards the driveway, up,
Sorry,
there does look like there's a pole there, so that might be one of the struggles.
Yeah.
On the other side of the driveway,
Okay,
it'll probably come either down the pole and then board under the driveway to the apartments. Or the aerial to the top.
yeah, so right there where the drive is, could the whole thing be moved that direction?
No.
Just to get away from the window view from the library, that's what I'm thinking about.
but it's, I mean,
and we could put
it can't be moved far enough.
shrubbery in front of the fence. I don't like the industrial look either, especially, you know, working so hard on
I mean, if that is a 10-foot setback, that would move the whole thing 10 feet, which then you'd gain at least some of the window viewscape would still, you'd maybe move to half the view. You could still lose half the view, but it wouldn't be the whole, it's literally right in front of the windows. On that west side,
Yeah, the fences.
yeah.
This is a picture of the fence that was built. I mean, this is just a pile of fence that we have.
Yeah.
With these green poles. So it's a green.
A green
fence
shade length.
That we acquired from Dominion on Bell's Hollow Road and they. we
Is
did
it plastic coated?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then the poles look like this.
Mm.
So it's all consistent color.
Great.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't have that plastic or that green canvas over. Have you seen the fences, you know, that's like, so you can't look into them?
Fences. Um,
Yeah, no,
well, we haven't assessed to know if there's enough. We're looking for 132 feet of fence, which is just the size of it, which is 32 by
I
32.
don't suppose Fountain Meadow. It's because
This is if we use this fence, which we acquired for free, we town of Dryden acquired on behalf of the town. Town is giving to Dryden 5 different projects in the town of Dryden. Town of Dryden would give it to Caroline for like free dollar, just to say like, this is we can't give a gift to the town of Dryden, we can't re-gift it for nothing. We can basically sell it to the project for $1. If we want to use this fence, if there's enough that makes sense to grab this area. We could also look at other fences.
Hmm.
So it could
And
be
look
a
what the
wooden,
cost of that would be.
it could be a wooden fence, we would have to find the money for it, something like that.
Well, I
You
think
want
Mark was
to-
on the call earlier today or
I just think,
sometime recently, the original design had this fence with barbed wire on top
Okay.
to prevent anyone from climbing over into the fenced area.
South Africa,
We-
they had razor wire around it.
We requested that they not include barbed wire
Okay,
on top of their fence. Because that was unneeded.
I like those.
Although it is standard for utilities, if you drive to any of the NYSEG Spectrum
mhm,
lots where they have these containers fenced in, Verizon towers, they're all fences.
I think deer fences look nice, actually. Just putting it out there.
Deer fences.
Yeah, the ones that are, it's black wire and it's just, I've got one in my backyard, it's like 6 feet tall, it's got a border of wood around the top. But it's like 6 feet tall, and so you can't cut through them
should
and
we be thinking about putting a security camera on it?
We have talked about that for the ones we drive, we haven't done it yet, but we could do that.
I mean, we've got security cameras on the buildings.
If you want an alternative, it's more of a project and how you determine. But I'm serious about a mural. You can stage murals on fences like this where you have a background that you then paint onto.
yeah.
There used to be a mural on the side of the Midnight Sun.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, we should recreate that.
What's the midnight sun?
I think that's an interesting idea.
There used to
actually,
be a gas station there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nice.
Oh, bring it back.
That was
That's
a
kind of
big-
interesting. Kind of tie in the history and the.
Remember that.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, but it still doesn't address the view if that's important
Well,
from the library.
I haven't been in the library I just don't look out the windows. Do people look out the window? I
Well,
mean, is it?
my feeling is I was driving
Mhm.
to Cortland yesterday and I just drove along the way. And the entire view of the side of the building is a series of windows which would disappear.
Right, and I was thinking
Yeah,
about that
the
just driving
aesthetics,
here.
and we're working hard on the aesthetics of this building. And my reaction was, oh my God, we're like undercutting the progress that we're making
Mhm.
aesthetically.
Mm.
So
So
that's
this-
just my response.
Right,
Right,
If it's forward though, then I think you're making it more,
Well, that's
Obvious.
just one other option of just moving it forward,
forward,
like closer to the road.
this
But-
road,
Yeah.
like closer to the pine tree, but then I feel like you're making it more,
Obvious.
yeah, like you say,
that feels really awkward to me the more I thought about it. Like, it'd be,
and I'm assuming,
So, like,
is it important to them that,
that.
it's in line with that electrical thing there on the bottom, that red line?
what's that, Michelle?
Is that connection, that red line on the bottom important? That's the electric thing, right?
That's
They
the,
can put that almost anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Alright,
Yeah, I think they positioned it to handle the setbacks also to keep it from, too much of the town property
Got an idea.
south or north or west of the building.
A lot of times engineers and architects go with lines that are already in the landscape, but what if we turned it at an angle?
Yeah.
And you'd really see it.
Then you really, I mean, moving it back from the front, right, it will look smaller. If we move it back, so, and then west a little bit, I think that would help a lot.
I'm just trying to get,
Yeah.
so that
That's
this
an
escape
interesting
and
Right, right.
you get close to the road, it's accessible from.
Yeah.
Both roads. I don't know, just trying to think outside the box.
I think it's an interesting idea, actually.
We don't want it too close to the road because the snow plows, we don't waste right away.
Yeah, snow is always a problem.
And Dave, does it have to have its own driveway or can it have a shared driveway?
Well, the fence has
Okay,
to have
okay.
a gate that opens up. So there has to be some area for the gate to be open. On that west side of the block to the driveway.
Well, the fence opens up so that a vehicle can get in there.
Or back up to it anyway.
Yeah, I don't have a drawing of how big the gate is right now. But it
So
has
the
to be-
fence would
get-
go
get-
around-
get it out the gate.
The fence will go around the
Makes it-
driveway too.
No,
Okay,
no,
So what was that question, Kate?
so the fence goes, I said the fence will go around the driveway
It
too,
does
but no,
not.
okay,
It's
good,
only around the, where it says 30 by 35.
okay.
And the 30 by 35 is a concrete pad.
Yes.
Can it be a gravel pad?
no, that's not a concrete pad.
That's what he says.
Where, the 30 by 35,
No,
Yeah, the pad that.
oh, the 30 by 35, yeah.
it's,
Oh,
oh, maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think the handle is here, generous, actually, the handle is. I think the pad's here,
That's right.
you're right, the gravel's here.
Yeah.
The generator's here, which is on a pad, the generator's not on ground.
Right.
And this is the handle, it's in the ground,
It's a what in the ground?
it's called a handle. Most construction projects that are ground will use manholes, which I think is a big circle and then a place where a person can be inside. These are only about 24 to 36 inches deep, so they call them hand holes.
Hand?
Just for a hand to go
It's
down.
basically as deep as you can reach with a hand, and the equipment
Okay,
can come out. So I didn't know this year.
Now, Dave, do
2
you
years
know,
ago. And it's called a hand hole, and it's a 24 by 36 hand hole, it's there.
do you know if it would be possible to flip the location of the generator and the handhold to the east side to create more space,
But this
Between
box
the
over
building.
here, these are here.
which
I'll
would
do that
just
briefly
use
this
it out
morning.
more?
I can ask, I don't know where it fits with the utilities that are coming in.
You were not asking.
The electricity has to come into the
stuff so you'll
building,
see it.
so this is a private section,
It'll
we
be
get
the
the
fire
fire.
space next to
Okay.
the.
oh,
library.
where the generator is, yeah.
Oh, it'd be on the other side, so you could
And
move it
it's gonna
further.
darken the library also,
It's gonna be what, dark,
it'll darken it.
yeah,
And that little access, that 10 by 6 L, right on the driveway. Could we move the whole thing 6
So,
foot?
I think when Braden presented this, I don't think that 10 by 6 thing is gonna be there. Do you remember that, Dave, that he was saying that,
I don't, it doesn't make sense that would be there, I think it's just the driveway.
yeah,
You can see here, these are fence posts.
Right,
around it. There's 2 here, I think this is the gate. to the
okay.
driveway. So I don't think this is part of the
Well, I was
driveway.
just thinking we might be able
I think
to,
there was an idea to move the charger. So it's. Easier to access, make it better, but I think.
well, I mean, the whole thing could move then 6 feet to the west.
I can't answer that.
you can't let her.
I don't know.
Do that.
I think you can move that fenced in area to the west without moving the charger.
Yeah, well, move the charger, let's just, then we can move the charger.
So I did bring this up with the Vantage team this afternoon, and I thought Brad was saying they would kind of look at
It's not that.
what
hard
can
to
be
move
done,
the charger.
so Tim, you were suggesting switching things around.
Well, another possibility would be to. And I just don't know if it's feasible technically, but to put the generator. and
On the other side.
Hole between the library and the building.
Right,
Which would open up more space
and I think Brad was gonna look at that,
and more light.
yeah.
Another thing to think about, you're saying about light, but it's a west window, and so it'd be interesting to ask the librarians if actually the sun in the.
Well, I'm not worried about the librarians, I'm worried about the current or future use of the building. I mean, the library might not be there in another 5 years. But I'm just concerned that we're giving up the only light that we have coming into that side of the.
Yeah, and the point I was gonna make was that western windows are very hot in the summertime because the angle of the sun, and actually giving some blocking of that could be a positive in some cases.
But it can be done.
But I guess, Tim, are you concerned, my
Those
impression was that you were
windows, for instance.
concerned about the appearance from the road
Mhm.
of, in other
I'm
words,
more concerned about the about the appearance from the road, sure, but I'm a little concerned about the utility of the windows that we have in the structure being blocked out by a building.
Here's another, kind of thinking outside the box thought is that we're very proud of this project. And by having it somewhere on the property, it kind of stands out as a emblem of the project. And so there are some negatives, but could it be weighed with it as a positive infrastructure that we are proud about? Just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that it might have some negatives, but overall, it's a
Yeah.
positive addition.
How tall is the shed? We can stand up in it.
I think it's.
You can stand up
I think
in-
it's below your E line at the bottom of your building. If it's, you can stand up in it.
So like a 10 foot at the top of the peak of the shed.
I think it goes on this side of the building. It's taller than this little, on this east side of your town hall.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's above the corner of the lowest part.
And you said there's one at the Dryden Town Hall?
There's one that Dryden DPW right behind me. It's the old Dryden Town Hall, which is the DPW building. You can sort of looks like. It's similar to them. As far as the size.
I think making an angle might be one solution. Because if you can move it up and at that 45-degree angle, you no longer block the windows. It does get closer to the road that way too, which I guess is positive and negative in terms of traffic and danger around.
I think if you put an angle,
Traffic.
it'll
I,
disrupt the line more.
what's that?
I think if you put it at an angle, it will disrupt the line more and become more noticeable.
Yeah, I think it would be odd, is I just intuitively.
So Brad says that it's not a deal breaker not to have the fence. If you don't have the fence, you don't have the fence. You open yourself up to vandalism or service impacting. If someone does damage it, if someone drives up to it, if they drive into it, if they run it over, if they crash into it, the fence is gonna protect that. Or if someone tries to damage the conduit or something on the edge of the building.
Well, we could put up a couple of,
Cement
Bollards,
posts.
the cement
bar
bollards.
there, so somebody couldn't drive into it.
Bollards.
Well,
Big
Yeah,
rocks, circle
yeah.
rocks like they do in front of Notre Dame. Those benches.
the guardrails that can shoot down at them.
Right, I guess the question is that more attractive than a green fence? But-
Yes, I would say that the stone benches and.
And also, I like the idea of the
People sit on
mural.
there much more.
I like the idea of the mural, and if you have a fence, you can attach the material to that to make it.
It becomes another project, but there might be people in the community that want to do it.
We've got.
Be a
we've got
volunteer
a person
project or-
That makes a living doing murals in this, Merrick, I think.
Well, you could, this is another issue, but you could get Ithaca Murals to take this on as a project and get a grant for it, but that's a different issue.
Yeah, but I mean, if you eliminate the fence, you
But you're
eliminate
not
that.
gonna do a mural
possibility.
if you have a fence around it.
You what?
You would do a mural if there's a fence around it. I mean, I think
So,
if
yeah.
it's negligent, it's negotiable, that would, from my point of view, be an improvement.
Mhm.
It
Yes.
would lessen the footprint.
I'm worried about security, I guess. I mean, it would be too bad if the system was taken down because somebody damaged it because we didn't have a fence because we didn't like the way it looked.
I would think that anyone wanted to get in there to damage it, a fence is not gonna stop them
Mhm.
personally.
Right.
And it would be interesting to see the data on that. I mean, I can see an engineer or a company doing it for liability risk issues.
Mhm.
But in terms of actuality, how many times does a facility like this actually get vandalized in the history of these facilities? I bet you it's pretty small. If you actually looked at the data. But maybe
If
it
there's any data.
only takes one time for it to be a terrible.
Well, for ours, Dave, the real issue is the generator, right? Because isn't the building's pretty secure, right? It's got a locked door and it's stout, so
Someone stealing it or someone damaging it or?
either. I mean, I wouldn't think anybody would, but that's what, it's the most vulnerable thing, or
Yeah.
Can we
obvious.
just put a thing over it and lock it down?
Yeah. We could cage it. I think that's a decent idea.
Probably a lock bar.
And we could put,
It's just one bar that goes over that has a lock on it should be sufficient.
That's
I made that up, but I'm sure there is a
Pretty
solution.
If not, you can patent it and make it,
Yes.
I mean.
cage, we could put a mural on the cage.
I mean, I'm just remembering that, we had, that light in Brookendale, the traffic slow down light, and
Mhm.
somebody put a smiley face over that because they didn't like it. So
Yeah, we know. who
it's
did
not
that.
beyond, I know who did it too, but
Yeah.
it's not beyond the possibility that people would tamper with it.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a history of people tampering with things, so I don't think we should.
Well,
take
they
that
didn't
lightly.
damage it, they didn't take a hammer to it.
Well, it doesn't matter, they still, people get weird ideas, it would never occur to me to do that, but. Who knows what people are gonna think about doing if they,
Instant mural, people come and put smiley faces on it, that'd be great.
well, it's, coming back to the mural thing, I just think, I don't think you can discount the fact that people are gonna. I don't think you should discount the fact that people might damage it.
I don't think that, I mean, there's gotta be a balance. We go back to my South Africa thing, at least I didn't stay in Southern Africa, because I didn't want to live in a house with razor wire around it.
Well, there doesn't
You
have
know,
to
I
be
mean,
reason.
no, but I'm just saying that we.
I'm not
can-
saying we're turning into South Africa or.
No, but I'm saying we can go with a fence, and then we can go with a barbed wire, and then we can go with a cage on the top, and then we can put a boat around it, I mean, we can just keep. And have cameras on.
But nobody's suggesting that, you just,
No,
you're
but I'm saying
taking this way beyond what I'm suggesting.
No, but I'm not, I'm just saying that if we're just doing it because we don't wanna have liability. I mean, I just don't think it's really going to deter someone who's got in his head to take down the broadband system.
Hey, Dave, these are aesthetic issues.
Yeah,
How urgent is it that these particular details get resolved as opposed to the placement of the thing?
The fence is the last thing I look above, so.
So I don't
So
think
where
we
it
need to
is.
make this decision.
I agree. I mean, the main issue that I wanted to resolve tonight was sighting, which, I apologize. I thought I had let you know that it was gonna go there, so. I think. And this is.
Well, I mean, I think you did say that, Mark, but at the time, I had the impression it's gonna be a little shed. Kind of like one of those things. I mean, we don't need to worry about that now.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be one of those little green things.
but I think the other thing is this diagram, I think caught people's eyes and they saw the 30 by 35 block. That's what catches your eye, and so it's different than that.
It is different than that.
So-
I mean, if it could be flipped, so that would be great, if not. If we don't have to have a fence, maybe we could
Yeah, I
think about that.
I can go either, like I think about, well, if you move it away, it creates more space. I'm just aesthetically, does it look better to have them sort of kind of aligned or not,
Well,
or to have it?
Well, imagine it this way. Look at these two buildings.
Yeah.
So imagine if these two buildings were more than half as much as close to each other.
Yeah.
That's tight. So if you could at least open up some
You
of
know,
that
we can,
space.
we can go out there and look at it, this looks like it's dark.
Say that again,
We
Nick?
can go and look at it, it's 20 feet, it's 50 feet away.
Well, we know what it looks like. I mean,
That's
that's
just to get an idea of the height of it, distance from town hall. To see where the sun is gonna set,
Oh, right,
to not hit the windows, at what time of day it becomes visible
it's
on the
it's
website.
also just a matter of the closeness, the proximity. So
If
if
we
we
can
can push
look
it
at
back.
We taste out the distance from the current eastern wall of the hut
Right.
to the building.
What is that, 10 feet? 6 feet?
It's in this packet, I can look at it on my computer, I don't have it.
It is a little, on this diagram, it is a little off because the angle of the roof
Right, I mean,
makes
if
it
it's,
seem
if
closer,
the fence is there,
but
if the fence isn't a wall, I was thinking it was a wall, it's not as close as I thought, it would still be good if we could shift it west or. Flip it around so the shed's further out and the generator's closer to the building, but if that's not possible, then we're gonna have to go with it, cause
It does look like
we need to get.
something like 10 feet to me.
Guess I would be interested
You
to
have to go all the
know,
way over to the generator, I mean, to the shed, right, so from here. This thing.
right, that line
This thing.
back,
Right,
Back all the way over here,
but not there. It actually, the windows are further into the building.
Right.
At a weird
Because the
angle.
peak is.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Project-
it's over
Yeah,
here.
so it's like more like
So
that.
it goes-
You would think it's
Probably like-
front corner over.
Okay.
it's probably 10 feet.
Right there.
Mhm.
It might even be 15 if you look at the 30.
Mhm.
It's
I mean,
probably half the 30.
If the fence
might even be
isn't there,
15 feet.
it's. The gravel is not gonna stay square for more than a year, the grass will grow.
This is
Back.
probably 25 feet. So it's. That building would be, if we're looking at this building and closing it, that's another 10 feet, that's right. But not as tall.
Mhm.
And it actually lower the ground, because we're up about 3 feet. So that's a different angle too. Cause that's on a concrete pad, right, the other building?
And
Well,
again.
I mean, again, this is a sort of decision that probably doesn't have to be made tonight,
Mhm.
right, Dave? The exact placement is also something that could be tinkered with
Well,
even after the RFP goes out. It's not gonna change the price.
the request for proposal is already out,
Right.
I think the deadline for submissions
September
is
2.
September 2nd.
Yeah.
Once that is awarded, they're gonna wanna come and build it, relatively quickly. I think it's like a 4 to 6 week timeline.
Yeah, but I mean-
Before they begin building it, the pad has to be put down. And that's the pad that
Shed
the shed, the hut. will
No, I
go onto,
understand, but it's-
Which Bob said he can do the second week of September, which is the week of September 8th.
Oh, that's
So-
like 3 weeks away. 3, 4
Coming
weeks.
around.
It is the 20th, so it's like, it would be 2 weeks from today. We wanna have the pad. Start putting the pad in. 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. Today.
so it doesn't seem like we have a lot of time, I mean,
Mhm.
we're not gonna.
I mean, I wish we could shift it around the back somehow, but I don't see how we.
Were we able to find that distance between the building and the shed?
I can look it up later. If I can find it here. Well, that doesn't show it.
And just to add, is there a possibility of south and north plantings that can be put in? That might help with aesthetics from the outside anyway.
South and north, what?
Plantings, trees, to kind of go along with the evergreens that are already there.
Yeah, we could do whatever we want.
I'm just thinking if you had, well, it says 28 and 30, if you had a few trees over there, and if and then the opposite side near,
Mhm.
just across from your car,
Mhm.
if you added 1 or 2 trees.
Yeah.
When you're driving by, you'd see tree, and then you go by really quick and then see more tree. And so it would kind of be in an alley, wouldn't see it as much. But-
Sure. And the fence varies.
It does look pretty industrial.
You thought it
Yeah.
before.
No, I said it looks pretty industrial, but.
Yeah,
I see.
You're looking at the example images for those, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the plants, even if it's green, that's shiny. we can get with, go without a fence.
Oh, that's the stone,
Yeah.
siding one.
Yep,
Oh, it's pretty high.
Yeah, that's like what, 8 foot fence?
There's a person in one of those pictures in there. I thought, isn't that a person right there?
Sure, looks like, no, is it?
Or is it a box?
I think.
Well, the propane tank's still pretty big.
We don't
It
need a
seems
propane
taller than, yeah, but in terms of just for scale, I'm looking at it.
Right. It's taller than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tall.
It's pretty tall.
well, but it
That
look a
looks
lot
like it's
smaller if it
about
doesn't have a
12,
fence.
15 feet tall.
I guess this is. I don't know. 8 foot,
No, it's taller than that.
10 foot fence, I'm talking about the fence.
That must be a
That's a pretty tall fence.
pretty tall fence. Must be a 10-foot fence.
It's harder to get over an 8 or 10 foot tall fence.
I asked him about the fence.
Sorry to raise this, guys, but I think that, you know,
I asked about the fence height yesterday. It's 72 inches.
6 feet,
6 feet.
6 feet,
Maybe 6 months.
6 feet fence isn't gonna keep anybody out.
So it sounds like there's some questions, when would we need to? Is it committee to decide this, or I don't think all of us together should, it'd be too hard for all of us to decide.
We
In the
should
next 3
decide.
weeks,
No, it's, can't we decide, I mean, I would.
we have
think we have
a lot
to
of
decide.
other things to do, don't we, tonight?
Yeah, well,
It's already 8.
I guess,
It would be a 7 foot.
Do I?
7 foot.
okay,
it won't look as big without the shiny fence, and it wouldn't look as big without any fence. And if we could swap that, we'd move it away from the building at all, that would be great. If we could swap with the generator and that handful is, you know, with that, that would be great too. No, that's what I think.
Mark, can you get the bid documents? Have you been getting CC on those?
pardon me,
Are you getting the bid documents from them?
I did get them, I think, yeah, well, actually. I don't think I got all of them.
Oh, I mean, we have like 12 different bidders right now.
Really,
You have 12 different ones.
bitter.
Companies bidding on this. Yeah, there's a lot of interest.
Hmm.
I have,
Be interesting to see which, all the different designs each of these different bidders.
they're not bidding design,
No,
just the price.
okay.
They're not, I mean, we're not asking to design it, we're not. We just build to the spec. Thing is, this prep site is an example.
It's kind of elegant.
I can forward this to you, Mark. I thought you had this.
Oh, I have that somewhere, yeah.
This is the 15-page bid document. We'll bring this up on the screen, or I can forward this to you.
Oh, I saw that from.
Let's see if I had it.
Didn't say.
Oh, wait.
Have that.
So in this one, the overhead
One here.
of the pad is showing north, east, south, and west. And if we rotate that around, so it's north is where we want it, it's showing in this plan, the gate opens here to the driveway,
Mhm.
and the building is on this side.
So that's reversed.
So this
This one.
bid document we're sending out, this is the final bid version, already has,
Everything to
Has
the,
it reversed?
that way the people who come in would work on, come in the gate, come to the pad and come to the building this way.
Okay,
And everything they wouldn't really touch very often back here, which is more secure with the fence around it, so no one's gonna be stepping on the generator, around generator.
So that
So you should
was,
have a copy of this document.
that was your suggestion. wasn't it?
Okay.
So it looks like that suggestion.
that's,
That's exactly
Is already
what
in play.
yeah.
Yes.
That pushes it out further from the building.
Yeah.
And it puts the
Yay.
generator and.
That's great.
Or in the
Wait, so
the
that's,
handle.
that's the bid that they're, I mean, that's the.
That's what went out.
Bidding.
Okay. Well, this was a waste of time, okay.
Not really, that's good.
So you have some clarity on
Okay.
how we're bidding it out, shows that the fence opening is on the west side. The building is on the west side,
Mhm.
then the handhold. And the generator,
Oh, wow.
then the
Yeah,
back
that's
fence and the space between
So
the
it's
building.
flipped.
So
That was an easy.
that space between the building and the shed and the building is probably a lot more than, it's probably more like 20 or 25 feet.
Double,
I mean, this is showing, this is 10, 20, 30. So this is 10 feet to this line, and then another probably 2 or 3 feet. So it's at least 12 feet here, plus the distance from the fence to the building. So
Like 15 feet.
at least 15, or probably close to 18 or 20. I don't have a picture beyond this one that shows the fence distance to the building. Look at that.
It's pretty close to this distance between these two buildings.
mhm.
No, yeah,
Good, we'll stop sharing, that's all right. Suddenly got really tired, okay.
Mark, the email that Braden sent on August 15th, called Caroline Paul questions.
That's what it was,
That one has the drawing
okay.
from Braden that shows the building on the west side of the fenced in area and a generator and handle on the right side. One other thing we talked about, yes, this morning we had a meeting, was the color of the hut. We're gonna try to match the color of the building here,
Oh,
so it's a consistent color as it extends beyond this building, town hall, not,
That'd be-
it's the same gray color.
yeah, that would be,
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what this Pantone color is for the building, so we can match it.
They would match that color,
That's what we said today. Well,
oh, great,
we want to make that just. I guess if you're looking at it from midline, it's gonna be the same color, and then behind it's gonna be town hall, so it should flow into it.
yeah.
Okay, so we just talked ourselves all the way around to,
so I guess the remaining question is whether we wanna insist on no fence or not.
Well, yeah, that was not as urgent, but yeah,
Well, that would be the remaining consideration.
issue, whether we want a fence or not.
Right,
That's right.
I mean. The project includes the budget for construction of the hut. And the generator and all the equipment and all the labor. So when Caroline DPW does the work to put down the pad and install the fence. And the piece we're bidding out to actually put the building in play.
is
Constructed, that's
the
separate.
highway installing the fence? Do they know
They,
about
I
that?
believe they would do the fence too. We would be providing the fence to Caroline Public Works to install a fence. So that money is going to be paid for by New York State through the reimbursable grant. You put the fence up, the 7-foot green fence that we have, or a different fence that works. And you're like, no, we need it. You could take the fence down. I mean, the structure is permanent. As permanent as this building or as your town hall is. The fence, if you're like, aesthetically, it's gonna be better for us to not have a fence here. Or you want to paint the fence, you can take it down.
Well, why would you put it in?
I mean, I think that the reason to it is A, security, and B, because we're not using the Speedsville location as a secondary problem.
Yeah.
This fenced in area is the visual representation of your $10 million investment project. So the entire town is gonna say, we've got $10 million plus from the state for this project. It's behind this fenced in area, it's important to us. Every single packet of data that goes through the internet in Caroline is gonna go through this building. Needs to be secure, needs to be safe.
Or they'll see this really secure building and say that this entire investment is inside that secured building. And that's great. Just like the Frontier, I mean, it's very similar to the Frontier building right down the road in Buffalo, the corner of Buffalo and Signal.
The Frontier building.
The Frontier building. It's basically the same thing. Doesn't have a fence.
Again, this does seem like we don't have to make this decision right now.
They didn't make it this week.
Well, I mean,
We also have to clarify whether highway would put in the fence. Cause that's another element of negotiation. This is between us.
Yeah, I mean, the project, this part of the project is being run by Vantage Point, employee named Braden. He's working on the exact documentation. I mean, the highway department already has exact documentation of how to build this thing. It's been done 100 times. It's like, here's the 70-page document.
We're in an unusual situation.
So
We're not trying DPW. There's some delicate issues. There's some delicate issues.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Bob and I talked today and Amanda provided the information. I talked to Bob and so he was good with it and
We've got about the fence.
I don't know if we should probably talk to him about the fence. I agree, yeah, but make sure that's clear if he.
I guess I could go either way on the fence, so whatever anybody else wants to decide, it's fine with me, I'd be happy to move on. But
I could go either way as well. We feel it's important to have a security. I'm okay, I think it's ugly, but then if we need it, we need it.
Well, I don't want the fence, but that's why we have votes.
that's what,
That's why we have votes.
okay,
So
yeah.
So. What was your take?
my take is like, I'd like us to have broadband for the town. And if we could find a way not to have the fence and have it secure, I would be glad of that. So,
Well, maybe we should go pursue the caged generator option. And then, is that,
and look at
Is
how
that
we
gonna
get,
be between the two buildings, right? So it won't be that obvious, as obvious.
yeah, right,
what? No,
yes,
oh, yes, I see what you're saying, yes, it's gonna be between, I thought you were talking about these two, never mind.
Sure, that's the real issue, right? The generator is what is vulnerable.
Well, I also think it's a liability thing. I mean, just infrastructure like this that has fencing. I mean,
Town hall doesn't have fencing.
I know. I understand. I'm just telling you where they're. So when I'm learning about life,
I know how engineers think.
yeah,
But we're not engineers.
there's a lot of silos in the world, and people get stuck in their silos. I've been working with my home insurance recently, and I hate them because they don't speak English.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's just the reality of it.
I mean, I know engineers would want a fence.
Yeah.
But we've had the discussion.
So
Let's make a decision about
I
it.
say no fence, but fence over, or cage over the generator.
If
And
that's
papers.
if that's really an option, then that's what I prefer. But I understand that they might not want to build it without a fence, and that's
yeah,
And that's,
Might be our
too.
only-
That's because you can cover a fence up with plantings and stuff like that, I mean,
I guess,
so.
can I be so, Dave, you're the executive director, I don't, and it sounds like you're recommending fences for these facilities around.
yes, I would recommend that. Ultimately, it's from what Brad just said, it's your choice. So if you decide you don't want to, the risk is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The state will pay for the fence as part of the grant.
yeah,
If the week after we get our last reimbursement, you say, well, why we should put a fence up, then town of Carroll has to pay for it.
then you pay for it, right?
Because the money will not have
Sure.
been spent. It
Right.
will not have been reimbursed back, so.
Yeah.
So if you opted to have it included in the project, it's already in the budget, you would get paid for and billed. And then at some point, you're like, we don't like the fence, maybe we do, maybe we need it. And it only costs to rebuild, and not the cost to put it in. To the Caroline portion of the project.
I think we should do that.
What's that?
I think we should go for the fence, and if we don't like it, take it out.
Yeah, I kind of think that too. But yeah, I know you don't feel that way, Tim. I don't. So,
Lose any sleep over.
yeah.
No,
Anyway,
so do the fence.
well, I mean, I don't know, what do you think, Jonathan?
I mean, again, it's an institutional issue. It's like liability and insurance are the factors. I would prefer not having a fence because the building is secure enough. And if the generator is the issue, then it can be secured. Those two things are covered, right?
Yeah.
But it's just this. It's the institutional problem where it, you know, is there an insurance issue in the long term? Is there a, you know, does the community want the fence? I mean, there's like other groups that determine such things. So how do you weigh that? I mean, I don't want a fence, but that's not, the choice is not what I think. I think there's these other factors we need to be weighing that are important.
Yeah, I guess what's motivating me is supporting the project standards. And I'm guessing that once we have a fence there,
He's not gonna get taken down.
it'll be okay.
We'll be okay, we'll plant sunflowers.
I'll vandalize it.
We know where the first mural is coming from.
Had my son come up from New York City, he's really skilled.
It has to be a big happy face. That's my vote for the first mural.
Okay,
Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming, Dave, and flipping that image around.
yeah, that was a big help.
That was really helpful.
As far as the rest of the project, it's August, we will have the GDA, the Grant Disbursement Agreement, most likely approved by Empire State Development's board, who may meet in September. Following that, there are 2 public hearings in early October, and then sometime in mid to late October, Empire State will provide the Grant Disbursement Agreement to us to sign. And then immediately following that, we can submit our first reimbursement request, which will include funding for parts of the Caroline project as well as the Dryden part of the project. As you may have heard from Mark, the initial project was $8.9 million grant for a $9.9 million project. With the re-engineering by Vantage, they've found a missing set of 14 miles in the town of Caroline that previous engineering firm did not include in the project plan. They also found that the previous engineering firm did not put the proper amount of dollars per mile in the equation, which made for a $2.6 million gap in the project by forgetting to design those 14 miles, as well as the per mile budget being off. So we went back to New York State in April and May. They agreed tentatively in June, and then verbally in July that they would give us that increase of the project size from 9.9 million up to 12.6 million. And they're going to give us 100% of that increase. Almost all of that is going to down in Caroline, because that's the biggest count was those 14 miles plus $20,000 per mile. This is the original budget.
But that's what has to await approval by the Empire State.
So they gave us the verbal in July. The board only meets quarterly. We missed the June meeting. The next meeting is in September. They'll vote on it then. We'll have the grant disbursement agreement after public hearings, which are early October, will have to us late October. Those are the next big milestones. Around the same timing of the public hearings will be a ceremonial groundbreaking for the extension of the Caroline. The ceremonial in that the ground may have already been broken by either Caroline Public Works or the bid winners for the construction, but there will be some event where we're aiming for Wednesday, October 15th. We're working with the governor's office to see if Governor Hochul can be here for that. This is one of only 15 MIP grants, Municipal Infrastructure Program grants, to bring fiber across all of the state. This is a big milestone for the project. It was groundbreaking in Carolina. The office who's running this technical office, which is part of Empire State, which is a division within the governor's domain, would like the governor to be here if possible. If not, then there'll be a different delegation that will.
There won't be a lieutenant governor.
It'll most likely not include the lieutenant governor, but it'll probably include the state senator and the state assembly person. So right now, Mark and Kate, I've been communicating a little bit of timing. Penciled in 10 a.m. on Wednesday, October 15th. Should know more about the exact date in the next 10 days.
October 15th.
Yes, Wednesday, October 15th. 10 a.m. Somewhere here, we'll get some golden shovels and prepare an area. We're gonna dig a hole together and break ground on this huge, 8-figure infrastructure project for the people of Carolina.
I was just still amazed that we're getting all this money for the infrastructure for the town. I want to thank you for all your work. I know it's been extremely stressful.
Been a lot of learning.
Changes.
A lot of learning.
Yeah.
But we're making progress. Yeah. And it's gonna be rapid. Once ground breaks, we are putting through 4 RFPs, one for Northern Half of Dryden, one for the Southern Half of Dryden, one for Western Carolina, which is basically like Route 79 and then Connington Road, which is not really west, but we'll call it Western Carolina, and then Eastern Carolina, which is basically everything heading down towards Speedsville, from basically Boiseville down to Speedsville is a kind of eastern block. It's kind of like an L-shaped and then a square with an L. Those would be 2 separate RFPs that go out. All 4 of those RFPs will likely be out by November 1st and awarded by December 1st. And construction will be happening concurrently across all 4 regions to hit the 12/31/26 deadline.
Does that? how
So
do
it's not
those-
just gonna be moving across, it's gonna be,
We'll be working in a lot of places with a lot of teams, from electrical make ready on telephone poles to construction, putting up the strand and the fiber on the poles, to the splicing of it all together and putting in the devices that then connect to each of the homes, as well as doing 400 installations. So all that will happen pretty rapidly in the next 16 months.
Do those 2 Carolina RFPs, does that cover Caroline then? Wow.
The old way that Dryden did it was very slow. This is a new method that Vantage is used across the country. They operate in 40 different states. They deploy about 10,000 miles of fiber a year nationally. This entire project is only 147 miles. So they're like, this can get done.
Good for you, Dave, for switching to Vantage.
yeah,
We're all very, that's all I can say. Financially, timeline wise, as far as we know, the state does not have any plans to give any extension to the deadline of 12/31/26. We
Really,
have to do this now,
get it done.
and it's reimbursement, so if we
Yeah.
start spending money in 2027, we may not, or we will not get reimbursed.
Right.
I'm sure you have other business.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Thanks very
Dave.
much.
thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna say procedurally, I think it would help if in the future, even though these next RFPs are gonna be very technical, if we had had as a board the RFPs in front of us before they went out, we would have avoided this last minute thing. So I think that programmatically, it would just be a good practice if possible.
Okay, well,
You know what
that
I'm saying?
would have been a good thing to mention with Dave or discuss, but I'll bring it up.
Well, I mean, I wanted to discuss it with us.
Okay.
It's really but I think as a rule, we always approve RFPs for town projects as a board.
Mhm.
And I think just to try to keep that consistent would be helpful, even though I understand this is an unusual project, but
Yeah,
had we been able to do that,
then this would have,
we just, then we would have had more
Right,
advanced notice about this.
right,
Yeah.
totally got it, yeah.
That's all.
I'm just, I'm thinking about these RFPs going out for the make ready and all this stuff, it's like. I don't think I'm gonna understand it.
No, that's why I was saying, this next set of RFPs, and this is just procedure. I think it's a rule of procedure.
Yeah.
You know,
Again,
I mean, we can say, well, we don't need to see this RFP because we're not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
understand it.
yeah, let
At
me
least
see.
we would know that now we
Okay.
know it's happening because Dave was very forthcoming.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, great,
Thank you. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
to indulge in this, but
that's good. So, thank you guys, that was the first item in the supervisor's report.
well, it's done.
So let me hurry along here. The 6 Mile Creek project at Banks Road is now complete and we're paying that bill tonight. That's really great.
It's something we can just go and see.
Yeah. Town hall, so we'll be reviewing what we talked about last meeting. I thought we should do that tonight. Just to be sure, because those were my notes and I wanted to make sure that everybody, I didn't miss anything or whatever. The next meeting with them is scheduled for Friday, September 19th, although I'm asking Councilman Murray if we might want to move that to the 18th. I think they did offer.
you can now be free on either day.
You can now what?
Be free on either day.
On either
It's gone
day,
down.
so leave it
Yep.
as is?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Health Consortium, the board information meeting is tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. about the budget, and I was notified it's anticipating a premium increase proposal of 18%. And this morning, Tim and Bob and I met with Leanne Panda and Fernando Daragon. 2 hours and 20 minutes to review and discuss the Thomas Road Wildlife.
You guys are heroes.
So, Bob had some very constructive comments on that, so,
It's good. I thought it's good.
yeah, so anyway.
Very unlikely to happen. I think.
Is it?
Yeah, because they don't have the matching money.
Well, I mean,
We'll see. That's my opinion, but we'll see.
okay, I don't share that, but
You're always more optimistic
Yeah.
than I am.
I mean, I think there's a road ahead. I agree
There is a
with
big
that.
road ahead.
There's a road ahead, but so.
And a tunnel under.
And what?
And it's-
Yeah.
Did a road ahead, I did a tunnel under.
3 tunnels under. 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Okay, so, yeah, so that's my report and I'll move on. And so the code officer, Jesse, it's time for your report if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I'll just report on the July revenues. Total local revenues in July was $1,683.44. And I submitted that to Mark on the 18th, check number 365. And I just wanted to put in the minutes, remind everybody summer hours conclude the end of the month. And the regular office hours will resume in September.
Great,
That's my report.
okay, thanks, Jesse. Code Officer Ray submitted his written report to us today.
Which I sent to all of you.
Yeah.
So I forwarded it to all. It was
I
pretty
saw it, but I
self-evident.
didn't have time to read it.
So it's great, he reported on some 3 homes being constructed, other building permits, and he's working on several property maintenance issues and a floodway violation. So he's
Busy.
moving things along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start 4 days a week. Has that been,
He's gonna what?
is he gonna go 4 days a week? Is that official?
Yeah, he's talking about moving to 4 days a week pretty soon.
Yeah, I just thought everybody should,
Yeah,
would appreciate hearing that.
he's being considerate with his other employers and kind of taking some time to segue out, so. So with that, Bob Spencer's not with us tonight, we'll move on to Dan Klein.
Still
Did
here?
Dan fall asleep?
Is he still
Bob,
here?
I'm here.
Hey,
What do you think about that,
Stan?
No
It's
fence, no fence.
it's
is
green.
possible. No, I think you need a fence. I think the reality of the world is we need fences now around expensive stuff, unfortunately. Okay, but that's not my report. My report. So we also, as Mark mentioned in the supervisor's report, we, the county, were notified of an 18% increase in the health insurance premiums from the healthcare consortium. And we decided that's just a little too much. So we are exploring some options. We are not exploring leaving the consortium. We're just exploring some other health insurance plans for our employees to give them some options that will be lower cost for the county and for them. So for whatever that's worth, if you want to explore options, you got to do it soon.
Interesting.
We are starting our budget season in 13 days. Our first round of budget meeting starts. That's when it becomes public. I had originally reported, or it had been originally reported, that we had identified about an $11 million deficit, which would be something like a 22% increase in the tax levy. And that was never going to happen, but that was just our starting point to show you the hole we were in. Our county administrator has been whittling away at that, and we are currently down to about a $3.5 million deficit. That would put the tax levy increase at about 6.5%. And, we hope we can go lower than that, but I just don't know yet. And then, as you know, because you're all experienced budget people, once the budget season starts, things can be added too. And the county legislature is particularly bad at that. So I just making the point that these numbers I'm giving you are just a snapshot in time, but that's where we're at.
Dan, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is the emergency response program included in this budget?
So the current system is included in the budget, but there's no addition in the budget at this time.
But the current one is included.
The rapid medical response, but as you may know, TCOG has been asking for an expansion, and that's not funded at this time.
Okay.
And then the final thing I wanted to mention is our sales tax revenue continues to be strong. As of mid-year, it's 7% over 2024's sales tax revenue. So that's a little bit of good news in this hard budget year, both for the county and for the town, because the town shares in that sales tax revenue. So that's my report.
Great, thanks, Dan.
Good news.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll just
Thanks CNN.
CNN. Right. So I'm too slow. So I just I'll follow up on your so correct me if I'm wrong, or I just wanted to elaborate on your statement about the EMS work that's been ongoing. So there TCOG has recommended that the legislature consider budgeting for something, but also the county has been working with a consultant for a report of options for enhancing countywide ambulance service. And that this is more my question is you expect that report to come out in time for the county legislators to add that to the deliberations for the 26 budget. Is that correct?
That is correct. My understanding is that the report is just about done. I have not seen or heard anything from it yet, and that it'll be presented to the public for the first time at the next County Public Safety Committee meeting, which I don't have in my head, but I can look up and let you know when that is.
Okay, that'd be great. Great. Okay, thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions for Dan?
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks so much, Dan. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
thank you.
for waiting in line
Yes,
so
thanks for
long.
your patience.
Of course, of course.
Um, all right, so I think, yeah, and Tim has suggested doing this, so I did send out the mid-year trial balance recently, and so suggested that, I don't know if you had a chance to look through it. Or if you have any questions about mid-year accounts or thinking about budgeting. Our budgeting season is beginning now. I did send out, I should have put that in my report actually, that I send out the budget request to all departments on, I think it was August 6th. It was the day before I took my little vacation, so I did for, breeze through and look at accounts. I don't really have any concerns or too much to comment on. I guess, are there any questions or?
I mean, it looks like the reason that I thought we should just do this,
Yeah.
just as an exercise, is in case we're in a hole somewhere, we would know it, but it looks like we're not.
Yeah,
So it looks like things are okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
things are okay, yeah. No holes, but yeah, as we move along, we'll fine tune it and then.
Especially after the bills that we're gonna pay tonight.
No. Hey, Dan.
Hi, if I may,
Yeah,
that Public Safety Committee meeting that I mentioned is next Tuesday, August 26th at 1 o'clock.
at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
Great.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I got a question.
Let me ask Dan a question.
Okay, go ahead.
You still here?
Dan, I'm right that meeting can be attended either way, right?
Correct. It
Okay.
can be, you can attend YouTube, and if you want to participate, you need to let our clerk know a day ahead of time so you can be in the Zoom and
Okay.
participate if you want.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jonathan.
You mentioned there aren't any holes in the current draft as of now, but do you foresee any major impacts between now and the first of the year upcoming?
No,
Are there any major costs that we're going to be incurring before the budget's
I
over?
don't think so. So we're paying the, $51,000 bill for the Banks Road project tonight. Most, the lion's share of that's gonna be reimbursed from Soil and Water and the city of Ithaca. We're in good shape. Our fund balance is healthy. Our broadband funds, 3.95 million, are now with the town of Dryden. So all our broadband expenses are being managed there. And so with that, and we took out a bond for that. We'll pay the interest on that bond next year. That's a reimbursable expense from the broadband grant, though. It's gonna be about $160,000. So it's all manageable.
Do we make interest on that?
Yes.
On the bond money that we have also?
Yeah. And
So is that with Dryden or is that with us?
that's shown in the report that Amanda sent us.
Okay,
So those, and I don't know if you had a chance to look, we've gotten 2 reports. They're dedicated to sending us those monthly before the business meeting. And they're just wonderfully crisp and easy to decipher. So you might check those out, but it's and they said, yeah. So the last time you sent 2 sheets, one was the monthly update and the other one was our overall broadband expenses. So yeah, no, I feel good about stuff. Good. Any other items that people wanted to discuss. Yeah, we'll be, tonight we have a bill from Barrow Architecture for this project. Most of those expenses for construction will come next year. But those are reimbursable.
And how about the Highway Barns costs or expenses, are those for next year too? Or are any of those gonna be?
There might be some this year, but
But
we
nothing
still
major.
have, the highway barn account, reserve accounts still, and there's both the highway barn reserve, which is the accumulated from the expenditure account, and then we have the expenditure account, which is funded at $65,000 each year, so we have adequate funds for that, so. Yep. So in working on all these other things, that is a good point. That's something that we want to keep moving forward. So I'll be working with Bob to keep that moving.
We're at a stage where we're waiting to have an engineer, we need stamped engineer drawings in order to get a building permit
Yeah,
to do that, and we're waiting for the engineer to communicate with Bob, or vice versa.
Yeah.
To get that done.
but I think it is a matter of just us being able to clear our desks for a minute to focus on it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We can move forward and Bob can get the materials he needs. So great. All right. I'm not going to belabor that anymore unless people have, and if you think of stuff later, shoot me an email or whatever. And we should, we in the Royal Sense Velvet should have you the July accounts very soon, so. I'll do that. So the next item is a review of what I printed here, which was my summary. Did people have any feedback on that or were comfortable with it? Did you think it covered the bases? And yeah. I tell you, just anticipating these improvements is very exciting.
Yeah. It is.
I think one thing mentioned the ventilation for the attic. There was the question about how the new escape will be
Right.
affecting that end of the building. I think it still needs to be considered if there isn't venting there, where there needs to be venting.
Right.
So just figuring out where that is, and
I didn't mean to imply otherwise, but
Okay.
yeah, I should.
I don't know where it would be in terms of the question about where the venting would go.
Mhm.
But I did look at a few things. None of them. There's not a lot of great options with a metal roof. One of the fancier, more complex ones I thought about was the building used to have a what they call it, not a spire, but
Cupola?
a cupola. They do make cupola vents. But it would probably be very expensive and not to scale.
You feel like you'd have to put a spire on or something?
Yeah, a cupola on the roof.
Would have more like a spire than a cupola.
Well, anyway, they do make them. It would be an extra cost, and how would you make it big enough to be aesthetically appropriate for how big this roof is?
Yeah, well, that dovetails with the long term, my next, at least, I think other people have talked about this, maybe we would rebuild the bell tower on the front. That'd be the kind of thing you'd think of, right?
Right, and it wouldn't have to be, the bell tower could be camouflaged as a vent, is what I'm
Right.
saying. But if you wanted it anywhere close to the original, it would be huge for a vent, I guess what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
we'd have a really well vented attic.
Really.
Mark, on this list, I think the place to put the vent issue is under, just add it to the enclosed stair addition. Just so that we're sure that it comes up in our discussions. So you have an enclosed egress stair addition and access. to
Add it in there.
I'd add it in there. Just so we don't forget about it.
Okay, so it is attic insulation and ventilation above, so note it there as well.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. So that one, yeah.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, good. Okay.
It's ask the question, does this make the north gable vent impractical? But then it doesn't address, well, where does the venting go then, if it is
Yeah.
impractical?
Right.
Yeah, I'll put,
As long as we will remember now. Yeah.
what is solution?
I mean, the other thing that you could do is there are flat vents that can be put through the metal roofing
Right.
Hmm,
away from the front, so they can be in the back. But it still is not really aesthetically good, and it's hard to cut through safely into a metal roof and not have it leak.
Right.
So those
Yeah,
are the
that-
questions,
that-
but that's the only other thing, is like the soffits aren't really great. If you can't do a gable in the front, you can't do a gable in the back. You start to get to the point where
where you
not a lot of options.
Yeah,
So I'm sure they have more experience with thinking about this than I do, or maybe a roofer.
and now they'll be thinking about it, because, yeah, they brought it up.
Yeah.
So, that's good. Okay, good, if you think of anything later that should be added, just please let us know, let me know, add it on. But, okay, should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use this as the official feedback, which I've already given them, and they acknowledge, so that's great, thank you. Anybody want to offer a resolution?
Is this about what we just talked about? Or?
No, this is your train.
Oh, this one? Okay.
Oh, there you go.
With a straight face.
I mean, can I just read this? Is that-
Sure.
Okay. I think we should just do this, because I think if we don't, and if they don't get the grant for any particular reason, then it's gonna come back to us. And then
Oh, yeah.
try to-
Yeah, just
So-
Yeah,
Just
Even if
read,
it's
just read
redundant.
the resolve.
Resolve. The Board of the Town of Caroline authorizes the Town of Caroline Town Court to apply for a JCAP grant in the 2025-26 grant cycle up to $30,000.
second, Tim get it?
Tim got it first.
Yeah, good, any discussion?
No, I think we discussed this.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Very good. We moved right through that.
Yeah, so then, does Jesse send an official copy of the resolution to Judge Barr?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll send them a certified copy,
All right, great.
right, Jesse?
That's right.
Yeah, great, thank you. Let's see. All right, I have a couple of resolutions here. I would like to offer a budget adjustment resolution, resolve the Caroline Town Board hereby authorizes the following budget adjustments: 39,300 increase A 2389 community services stream maintenance revenue, and increase A 87 10.41 community services stream maintenance expenditure. Do I have a second?
Oh,
Seconded by Michelle. And this is to create, to make the budget adjustment for the expenditure and revenue accounts for the stream project at Banks Road. And it'll allow us to receive the revenue from our partners. So without further ado, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. And Michelle, you seconded that, right? Or
No, I think it was,
Tim? Or
No, I didn't say.
oh, maybe I did say.
Hasn't been-
I did, Michelle, you
Michelle,
tried.
Michelle.
It was
That's right.
Michelle.
I tried to.
Okay,
I couldn't
great.
find that fast
Okay.
enough.
I'm coming
Great.
out the cold. I gotta look at this face.
short-term memory.
It was so long ago.
Yeah. I will offer a resolution for the following budget transfers. $2,000 from a 1990.4 contingency to a 1480.4 public information. I will say, I did notice in my review of accounts that we under budgeted that account this year, so I'll make that adjustment when I set the tentative budget. $808 from a 1620.44 town barn contractual to a 1620.441 town barn project contractual. $200 from a 7510.2 historian equipment to a 7510.4 historian contractual. $267.44 cents from contingency to a 7510.4 historian contractual. And $29.10 from a 8020.4 planning contractual to a 8020.41 ag planning contractual. And then finally 1995 from a 8989.4 community services contractual to a 8989.42 community services broadband contractual.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Kate. Questions or discussion? I will note that the transfers to the historian account were to balance the purchase of Gaylord archival supplies that arrived at the town hall.
So that's what that was.
There's two huge boxes. Jesse told me one weighs more than 200 pounds.
What are they for?
I don't know. It's in the vouchers.
Yeah, I saw that. It was,
Um,
I looked at that, they're different.
So I just
cutters,
wanted
there
to-
was, two big,
Yeah, it's big.
it was $2,000.
There's two boxes, so I think they're supplies of some kind
Right.
for archival. And one said rolls or something.
Yeah. Yeah, things are rolled.
Tubes?
Yeah, tubes.
Too.
Oh. Okay, so,
At any rate, I'm not gonna be moving that box by myself.
but I can't think of a way, so you know, they have this, they found a big map, a hand-drawn map of properties in
I've heard about this, yeah.
And where?
Caroline.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How old is it?
1920s, something like that, hand drawn, you know, so I suggested that they buy I told them what kind of rolls to buy to store it. And then even to transport it. Then the next thing I heard was they had flattened it out and they had talked to Michael Cook, do you know him? Mike, right? And he was going to try to get have it imaged at Cornell in the image lab. And to do that, they were gonna transport it flat, is the last thing I heard. So they had constructed, like, they'd taken a bunch of poster board, constructed it, because it's really big. It's like, it was an old wall map. And that was the last thing I heard. I hadn't heard that they were gonna do the tubes. And the tubes that I found, like, were a couple $100.
Well, this spin out the historian contractual, which was $2,000,
Wow, so they spent $2,000?
They did.
plus these two amounts that I transferred.
Oh, so I have no idea what that is.
$2,467.
Yeah.
So anyway,
a lot of money.
That's what I thought.
So I
A lot
thought,
of pounds too.
yeah, so,
I thought you might know what the materials were.
no, I did not.
You might check-
When I,
I wasn't warm.
she was in the clerk's office when Jesse
Yeah,
and I were there, Mark, I think you might have been there too.
yeah,
And she just talked about ordering some folders.
yeah,
So I thought she was getting archival folders.
yeah, I mean,
But maybe she did, but that's for 200 pounds.
Anyway,
Maybe we need to find out exactly what's in that box in case we need to send it back.
well, it
is it
was,
still in Jesse's office or no?
yeah, they're still sitting there by the
Oh.
recycling container, right?
Oh,
They're too heavy to move.
oh,
Well, one of them is 200 pounds. I'm not moving 200 pounds by myself. So anyway, but I'm gonna call for a vote could I call for a vote for the transfers?
Yes.
I guess so.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, continue if you wish.
No, I'm happy to check it out, see what it
Okay.
is. I mean, I'm curious.
Yeah, I just wanted to,
It was in the bills and
It wasn't my monthly voucher, so I didn't.
yeah, I'm just saying, if you wanted to go look at them after
Yeah.
the meeting,
Yeah.
go look at the voucher.
but it's pretty big, I mean. I mean, what I think we need to insist is that no more purchases be made, that the account's empty.
well, I know it's water, it was. Yeah, she overspent, the budget,
Right.
so.
So she overspent by, what?
470, whatever, 67, but
Yes, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so who ordered it though? Or did she order
She
it?
did.
I assume Barb did,
Yeah,
I think so.
well, yeah, I guess,
I'll,
or is this the kind of thing that I should tell her then, since I'm supposed to be the liaison?
I can mention it since I do the
Okay.
budgeting stuff
Alright.
that it was.
I wonder if you pushed the wrong button.
Oh, you mean-
$200, not $2,000.
I just can't imagine what that is.
Yeah, that seems a little
Well, if
much.
it weighs 200 pounds, I
It'd
can't.
be interesting
Well,
to,
paper can be
oh,
really heavy.
yeah,
I
It's a lot of
glanced
supplies.
at the list, cause the voucher.
Yeah.
It just says the amount, and I was like, what's that for? And I kind
Yeah.
of looked and it was all this different stuff, it wasn't just,
It wasn't one item, it was like a bunch of stuff.
it was a bunch of stuff.
I mean, I think it'd be good to just follow up with her and,
Yeah,
find out what's up.
yeah,
All right, so I got the budget adjustment transfers, offer resolution to authorize the payment of town bills in the following amounts for the following funds. A fund, $77,714.55. DA fund, $316,949.11. Streetlight fund, $246.08. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Kate.
Mark, did you say 8 or 80 for the streetlight fund?
8,
8, thank you.
yeah, $246.08, yeah.
Got it, thanks.
Okay, great, and, yeah, so Bob turned in a lot of expenses for CHIPS payments, that's why that number's big. And we paid for the Banks Road project, that was $50,000, that's why that number's big.
Is the truck in there too? No.
Yes, yes, the truck is
Yeah,
also.
the truck's in there too, yep. So I'll call for a vote, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Good. All right, moving right along.
I thought the minutes were excellent.
Okay, yeah, those were Velvet's minutes, right? So, yeah, I have.
Not as excellent as if Jesse had done.
well, it's a close call.
Well said, well said. So, the minutes of August 6th, 25 are hereby approved, so, great. And so that's it for our agenda for tonight.
Wow, that's amazing.
Before 9 o'clock.
The one thing I might, so, we had scheduled a public hearing for the tax capital right for tonight, and, so I didn't get to that. legal notice, I guess I'll offer a resolution to reschedule that, so. For the, what's the 1st September? Is it the 3rd?
Yes.
I think,
Yep.
okay. So I'll offer a resolution to set a public hearing. To reset the public hearing for the local law to override the 2026 tax cap for 7 PM on September 3rd. At the town hall.
I'll second that.
Second by Kate. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. And I think that's all we got.
Great.
Shall I offer a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Great, alrighty.
What
Thank you, Jesse.
if I said no?